Um, it was held during the summer. School was out of time, and I had nothing else to do. I decided to go. I told my parents I was going to church camp, and they really did not care what I did. I was fearful yet elated that I thought I had finally found a friend, that maybe this was the answer to both my loneliness, my questions about the strange power inside me. Sandy talked to me about the camp the 4 days before we actually went. She described it as ideal. I uh I would be accepted and wanted and needed. My powers were needed. She told me they could uh perfected. I would be able to show great, famous, or rich, or whatever I wanted, whatever I could. As as she talked, I felt that there was a strange power within me beginning to stir and build. What Sandy did not do was mention the word cult or tell me the truth about this group. I still stop here and give you the gospel of the summary of the group. This group really secretly calls itself the Brotherhood, which is made up of people directly controlled by worship Satan, and is rapidly growing a very dangerous cult. It has two major centers in the U.S. The West Coast, mainly in Los Angeles, San Francisco area, and the other in the Midwest, U.S. where I live. They're divided in local groups, chapters called covens. The coven range from size from 5 to 10 people. This is the same written. Satan is alive, well on earth in Mike's written book, The Satan the Seller. It is also a U.S. counterpart group called England, written in the book of Freed by Witchcraft by Decree Everine. Um, I had recently watched an episode on YouTube about a man that used to be in a cult, and he had said that he had bought this book right here. Can not set the captives free, and he mentioned in this book that this book helped him with the cults. And it's crazy how this book gets attacked so much, but at the same time, it's very knowledgeable. And even though she passed away, I believe in 2019, 2020, this book still remains one of the most powerful Christian books I've ever read. It's the only book I can tell you that I read that I can actually memorize. But it is a very powerful book. She's a very anointed woman of God. Um, I'm very happy that I'm reading this book. I read it already, but it's good to go back. I'm gonna read this last chapter. This cult is extremely secretive. No written records of the membership are kept. I'm telling you, the enemy don't want me to read this book. Um, um, yeah, this book is I have a lot of distractions this morning, but it's okay. I got the whole armor of God with me. So, and the reason why I'm filming this is because that that uh that shredder just came on by itself, but it's okay. I know the enemy has no power or authority, and I know that we belong to the Son of God, who's a very powerful God. So they were very well educated, the police force, the government officials, business, and women, even so called Christian ministers. Most of all of them attended local churches and are considered good citizens because of their involvement in local civic activities. They all done this as a cover up. They live double lives and are experts at it. The master of deception. No marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, there is no great thing in ministries and the transforming ministers of righteousness. They all, by codes, named their meetings so that should they meet each other on the street, then often would not know each other's real name. They are rebelly disciplined by Satan and his demons. They practice human sacrifices several times a year, animal sacrifices on a monthly basis. The human sacrifice are often more babies born in wedlock. The various cared for by the doctors and nurses with a cult so that the mother is never seen in the hospital and the baby's birth is never registered. Neither is death or sacrifices are kidnapped by victims. Cult members who are being disciplined, who are volunteers, I suspect because they no longer live them live themselves, Many are cold, blood-hearted murderers, extremely skillful. Each covenant led by a high priest and a high priestess, and their people get their position by obtaining favor by Satan by various means, obtaining greater powers of the witchcraft. This mouth fighting is with in group, and there is a elite society of witches, which is called the Sisters of Light. Um, yeah, this is a good book. Um, as you see, we still got a couple more chapters till we get to chapter. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of chapters in this book. Um, yeah, we still have a long way to go till we get to chapter 4, I believe. Um, but yeah, this is a good book. I couldn't ask for a better book. I'm so proud. I'm so happy I bought her book. She's such a powerful woman of God. I uh I have experienced I have experienced this. Um, I have experienced this. I had my own experience. A little short testimony of what I came out of. I remember when I was younger. Uh, I used to play with the Ouija board, and I'd always carried my Ouija board to school, to work, and I got obsessed with this game. And my manager at the time, told me about this game, and told me that there was a place here at the Fulton Mall where you could talk to witches and they could tell you a little bit about the game. And then the more and more I started getting into the game, the more I started learning about tarot cards. And then as I got into tarot cards, I was buying books on spells. And then as I was carrying this game, it was a game. I didn't know at the time that it was gonna bring the like there was gonna it was gonna come with some kind of evil next connected to it. And everywhere, I kid you not, for 6 straight months, I went through so much stuff. Everything just kind of hit me at once. And then I ended up homeless, and I ended up like just everything. I lost everything. Literally, everything was pulled under me from under the rug. I started doing horrible in college. I went out with this girl that controlled me. I let her control me. Ended up living with her. It was hell because felt I was basically a slave because I had nowhere to go. And like I said, I just kept playing with this game. And then one night when I was asleep. I woke up. I saw some kind of like I saw a black shadow in my room at the edge of my bed, and I kid you not, the room was cold. Never felt such a I never felt such a chill in my body, and never was I ever nervous. But I noticed that as this thing was coming near me, it looked like a rat, but it actually was a black shadow. And the more and more it kept coming near me, I started getting more scared, and I could feel it, and it was coming at me, and I was screaming real loud. And I turned on the light, and it was gone. After that, I destroyed the Ouija board. I got rid of it, but it didn't end there. Um, Over the years, I had dibbled and dabbled into this world of witchcraft. I got caught up in the tarot card reading, and then I ended up getting caught up with having like real life demon possessed dolls. A demon bit me on my cheek. Things started happening in my room until I finally went to my old pastor. He prayed over me, said someone to pray for my room. They burnt the dolls, and I kid you not, as they were burning the dolls, you could just see a hand, a skull hand. And I never felt such a peace in my life. And ever since then, I haven't gotten near all that. I haven't gotten near witchcraft. I haven't dibbled and dabbled in it. Um, it's just this book is so deep, and this book would be good for somebody that is bitten witchcraft, somebody that's in a cult, somebody that needs deliverance. But yeah, this is a very powerful book. And hey, get yourself a copy. I'll continue to post this here and there, but yeah, get yourself a copy of this book.